August is being celebrated as the Black Business Month. So we are going to talk more about that. What are the challenges that Black entrepreneurs face? And what does Zakia Bryant, the entrepreneur we have today with us, were you aware about it? And how do you look at it?
I got mixed emotions about it, to be completely transparent. I've been an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur since 2009. So I've been a Black business owner for a long time, almost 13, 14 years. And so for us to get a month now is exciting, but at the same time, we just primarily want to be recognized as just good quality business owners. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We want to, the label is okay, it's great recognition, but at the end of the day, you know, we literally just want just to be labeled as successful business owners.
But
and that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Of course. But when you get out in the field, you know, do you get that recognition, or is it a little bit more difficult for you as a Black woman?
I would say it's a big thing due to, really, in all honesty, systematic racism is a prevalent thing in the US. When you walk into a bank based on name and, you know, who you are alone, sometimes you will not qualify on paper for higher loan amounts. So that's one of the challenges that we face. And then, like I said, you really have to get connected and get knowledgeable on the underwriting process at banks and things like that, and develop relationships where you can access higher levels of capital to continue to grow your business. I depleted all of my personal savings. Friends, family, anybody who would pretty much give me an investment at the time is how I was able to grow it into, you know, a 7-8 figure business in 5 years. But literally, I didn't even know how to walk into the bank. I did not, you know what I'm saying? So we bootstrapped literally the businesses from the onset. And now I'm just working into the arena where I can literally walk in the bank and get access to capital. That has not always been the thing, because I would go in and I would just, you know, apply and give them my business plan, and literally we would get denied, and I didn't know where to go after that.
Is it also an issue of attitude somewhere?
Well, I would say at certain banks and certain financial institutions, the gatekeepers, depending on their personalities and their, you know, outlook, sometimes they make it more difficult. Because, you know, for whatever reason and personal feelings that they have, they may not be as willing to share information with the Black entrepreneur as they would with our counterparts, unfortunately. So depending on where you go, and the mood of the gatekeeper will determine how much information you may be privy to.
But tell us something about your business as well.
Okay, so I own and operate We Sub Teach, and we are a childcare staffing platform. And so that was launched in 2018, and we connect childcare teachers with childcare facilities to fill their classrooms, basically.
When did you realize that business is your thing and this is what you want to do?
I was born to do this. So I was selling lemonade at like 5 or 6 years old. I always knew I wanted to be my own boss. So literally, my first business, I was selling lemonade on the side of the sidewalk in my hometown of Philadelphia at 5 or 6 years old. So it's been something I'm
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So how did you zero in on this business, which you are currently in?
Yeah, well, I graduated college in 2007 with my undergrad degree in business administration, and I relocated with my family to Atlanta, Georgia from Wilmington, North Carolina. And once I got to Atlanta, Georgia, it was during the recession, the beginning of the Great Depression in 2007. So 2009 is when it hit. And so I went there with big dreams, big aspirations, and I didn't know the market was tanking as we got there. And so me and my husband acquired a home and everything, and I wasn't able to get a job. So basically I started substitute teaching.
Oh.
So when I started substitute teaching, I really realized that I didn't like the agency that I worked for. I felt like they didn't support the teachers enough. And so one of my other co-teachers, she decided, hey, let's start our own agency. So we did. Her name was Nicole Nathan, and me and her started in 2009, our first staffing agency for teachers.
What is it that excites you about entrepreneurship so much?
Being creative. The ability to use our God-given talents to be creative is exciting. To be able to have a thought and make it manifest into, you know, something bigger than I could imagine is always exciting. So I just love to create and make things, you know, happen, and the ability to be able to do that. And then definitely the ability to help a lot of people is always great. I mean, that's definitely worth it. So as long as I can create and do things in this world that help and benefit a lot of people, I'm super excited. Now the money is the bonus. The money is definitely a bonus.
Do you
Yes.
have any insecurities? Sometimes do you feel like quitting? What are your hard moments?
Yes. Not often, because I'm truly a very optimistic person, but from time to time, I run myself really thin. So sometimes time-wise, I feel overwhelmed because there's so many things that I would like to get done that I generally, you know, get overwhelmed. So from my time to time, I get exhausted. And so I'm learning how to step back a little bit from business and you know, take care of health and make sure I'm working out, eating properly, make sure I'm reading, make sure I'm going to the beach often and doing things that kind of recharge me.
So how do you keep yourself motivated and keep yourself going?
That's a great question. I would say, I don't know. I'm so happy about the future. So it motivates me. I like being a trailblazer for one. And I like, you know, I like kind of the fact that I got to go first where I come from. So that motivates me. I know a lot of people is watching. A lot of people want me to win. And so it drives me to continue on, you know, and I'm, you know, I'm a part of a legacy for my family. So that's super important for me. So I have a daughter that watches my every move. So I'm a role model for her. That's really my inspiration.
So what did you get from the society, especially as a woman entrepreneur? Or did you get reactions like that? Oh, she's a woman. What is she gonna do?
It has to stay with them. So even when people would say things like, oh, well, you know, how are you going to take a company national, or how are you going to do XYZ? You know, I just stay focused on the job at hand and not people's opinions. So for me, people can say whatever. 90% of the time, it's not even going to faze me, in all honesty. I'm just cut a little different.
So thank you so much, Zakia, for talking to us and taking out time. It was lovely talking to you. And we would like to tell you that we're so inspired and so motivated by you.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm grateful for the partnership.